Hey everybody, it's halfway through February and I am still not done my December daily. That's okay if you're not. Keep plugging away at it. I'm still plugging away at mine. Hopefully, it should only take me a couple more weeks to finish it. I just don't have a lot of time these days to work on it, so I'm just doing the best I can and not putting too much pressure on myself. This is a beast. It is totally unruly at this point. Sitting closed, it sits this wide open. Like, there's no hope of ever getting this thing closed. It's out of control, and it's okay. I knew this going into it, that this is how it was going to be, and I'm just letting it happen. You guys, it's crazy. Last year I did the thinnest December daily that was ever done. This year I'm doing like the fattest, I think. Okay, enough fussing around with it. Let's take a look. So I've only done two pages or 2 days since the last video, but it's like I did like 15 pages for Christmas. So I thought, you know what? Let's do a video. Let me see where we left off here. I did put the bookmark in somewhere. But yeah, it barely opens all the way now. It's hard to work in, so my hands are going to be all over the book in this video just so I can make sure you guys can see the pages. But this is where we left off. The end of the 23rd, and then we get into the 24th. So I started the 24th with just some views from around my mother's house of the Christmas village that was set out and all the displays we made. My cousin's been visited by Georgia, the elf on the shelf, for the last, I don't know how many years, but this was her last time visiting us. And this was her last year visiting my cousin, and now she's going to go visit another family. So I took a picture of the last place she hid, which was in the back of Santa's sled, and there's Santa's sled on the display that he was on. So we said goodbye to Georgia, the elf on the shelf. I used my glitter alphas, and I just put some red acrylic paint. I just finger painted on usually. Did some white writing on a black journal tag, and this was just cut out of a journaling card. This is one of the artist trading circles that I've been using throughout my book that I got in some swaps in the summer through the December Daily Inspiration group on Facebook. And then I just put glitter trees along the bottom. And I'm not doing a page a day. I'm just doing however many it takes. So this one's called How Many White Leaves Fit in One Kitchen? This is my whole family on my father's side, all gathered in my grandmother's kitchen. There's got to be at least 30 people sitting down and 2 tables in that kitchen. And this is just a plain white page. I did just some really light distress inking in the background, and I just drew a sketch border around it. I put a We Are Family Mamby sticker and some writing. And this is actually a regular old Amy Tangerine card. It's not a Christmas card, but it was the right size, so I just watercolored it red and put some Christmas stickers on it so it looked Christmassy. Then I took pictures of dinner. And this is a book page, and I just backed them with some red velvet that was left over from die cutting out my numbers, and I just put a picture of dinner and a picture of my grandmother's Christmas village. And then I just used my typewriter to type out some captions that I cut out and stuck on both pictures. On the other side of the book page, I have a picture of my 2 cousins taking the presents out to hand them out under the tree, and I just backed that with a piece of fabric. I have this flannel. It's like this red and blue and green plaid fabric I've been using sometimes. And I just outlined the book page too. This was actually a music page. It came up on a midnight clear, but you can't see any of the music anymore except like 2 notes down here. I covered up the rest. Little Santa Claus stickers. The next page was black paper. It's like black cardstock. So I put a picture. It was the first year since 1995 that my dad and his 4 brothers were all home for Christmas. So there's the 5 of them along with my grandmother. It was just such a wonderful picture. I had to include it. So I just put in like this traditional looking tag and a couple of stickers that I got from Dollarama. And I just used my Crayola Art Edge metallic markers to scribble some green and do a gold border and do my journaling in purple. And it shows up really nicely on the black pages. Backed it with a doily, my photo. And then on the other side, I put green washi tape on the top and the bottom. It's like glitter tape. And a picture of in Riverview, New Brunswick, which is where I spent Christmas. They decorate all the trees along the river for Christmas. So I just took a picture. This is not my picture. I found one on the internet that was better than any that I could take of some of the trees along the riverside that are all decorated. It's so beautiful. And I cut out this Mamby sticker that said "See Christmas Lights." And I had this Tim Holtz one that said "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" because this is a Christmas Eve page. The fabric tab was already on the page, and I just put a little sticker in there and used my white gel pen to do my journaling. Then we get into the third signature. You can tell because there's some gems in between where I left a 1/4-inch gap, which clearly wasn't enough. And this is where we get into the Christmas pages. At this point, I'm only halfway through the book, so I thought, you know what, let's just take as many pages as I want and do Christmas and print big pictures and do whatever I feel like. So I started with the title page. This gold page was already in the book, and I had this wood veneer. I got it in a swap in the summer, and I just painted it red with acrylic paint and stuck it down, and that's my title page for Christmas. On the other side, I have my 25. That's in red velvet, and it's on a gold doily. And then a picture of the tree with all the presents under it. And I just washi taped all around it and put these little stockings. It's die cut. And then this is one of the nicest pictures I took on Christmas Day. I put it on one of the December Love book pages. And it's a picture of my mother and my cousin. And my cousin's handing out the Christmas presents. And then I just used, I just put a red border using watercolor. Actually, I used a Jane Davenport marker in red, and then I used another one in green to outline the page. And then I put this piece of, I had these like pieces of string. It's like red and gold, and I just glued those down. This is ridiculous. If I let go, this is what the book does. Like, it's so out of control right now. Then I talked about the gifts, and it's a picture of my grandmother, my aunt, my mother, and her boyfriend all opening their gifts. I used alphas here, and this is just a piece of ribbon that I glued down, and I did some journaling. My mother wrapped up one of the gifts to, it was like a cheese grater, and she wrapped it up to look like a Werther's original. I thought that was funny, so I put in a picture. Then the next page is about breakfast, and it's all of us at the breakfast table and a picture of what my breakfast looks like. And I just used some gold close to my heart alphas and a Mambi sticker at the top of the page, and just did my journaling at the bottom. See, I'm doing this layout a lot where I just do a picture and then journaling underneath it. You'll see that a lot. There's not too many ways to put a landscape photo on here on this size of page. Like, it's not quite 6 inches across, so I have to always trim them down. So it's not ideal, but it's working. And then I just have some pictures from the afternoon. My aunt came over and she brought everybody these blinking Christmas hats. So it's pictures of us in our hats. There's my grandmother and my aunt together. And then I just watercolored around them because this is a piece of watercolor paper. Put some washi tape and a couple of stickers up here, and another sticker down here in my journaling. Then there's a picture of me. I took a selfie in front of the Christmas tree in my hat. And this is just on a sheet of vellum. This is just like a cut down vellum page. And I just put a Mambi sticker at the bottom. And that's it. Photo, back the photo, Mambi sticker, done. Sketchy border, done. Easy. And then on the back, it's a picture of my cousin. And she had one of those reversible sequin backpacks. And she kept drawing pictures on it and getting me to guess what they were. So it's a picture of her showing me one to guess. And again, I just put some Mambi stickers down and some washi tape and did some journaling on it. Because this went all the way up to the top, if I journal on this side, it doesn't show through. Something to always be careful of when you're using a see-through page. I just liked this picture too much not to include it. It's my aunt posing with my mother in the kitchen. So I just put this jolly sticker and I just outlined the page with a Jane Davenport mermaid marker with the green one. And some more journaling, and I just backed this photo with some tissue paper. It's like gold tissue paper that I tore. The pages are so simple because it's like February. I don't want to work on this for much longer. I'm just keeping it simple, and I think it's busy enough. These ones I had one white page and one pattern paper page, so I kind of like mixed it up. This one was green with white snowflakes, so I stamped this white one with green snowflakes. And then I just put pictures of dinner. I had these Merry Christmas stickers, so I put those down because I thought they were just so nice, and used some red candy cane stripe foil washi tape. I put my journaling on a journaling card that I trimmed down, and yeah, it's just pictures of everyone at dinner. My sister spent Christmas in Toronto, and she sent me pictures back of her Christmas. And if you remember way back on page, I don't even know, 17, I had made these presents to surprise them with. They were so kind that they actually all posed holding the presents that I'd sent over. They posed with the box of presents, and they sent me all the pictures of how much they enjoyed them, and it made me so happy. So I definitely had to include these pictures in my book. So I just used Scrabble Tile Alphas to put Toronto, and I just used a Fudenosuke pen to write that out. Put some journaling down here, some vellum die cut stars. And there's not too much on this tag. I just backed the photo with some tissue paper. The stitching was already here. And I just put a love this sticker and a little chipboard star, and I did the same thing on the other side, backed it with the same tissue paper, used the same chipboard star, and that's a picture of everybody else. So those are the pictures I have from the Toronto Christmas. And then I had a big photo I wanted to use, this one here, and I had this little page, so I was like, you know what, I'll just make this a title page. It was already painted because I was covering up an address on the envelope before I made the junk journal. So I just printed out on the computer in the evening. I finally got to see Nanny and Grampy's apartment, and I just stuck that down. I colored it because it's an inkjet. I didn't want to use anything wet, so I used color pencil to color the paper green, and then I used my Neo colors to do like a smudgy border around each line to blend it in. Stuck down another one of my artist trading circles. And then on this side, it says Home Sweet Home, and it's a picture of my grandmother in her apartment. She's been in there for 1.5 years, but I have never seen it. So I put Home Sweet Home. I did this by lettering the words using an Ecoline brush marker on a piece of pattern paper. And then they were too pale to see, so I outlined them with a black pen, like a fine liner pen, and I think it turned out really cool, the lettering. This doily was already on the page, so I just stuck a little piece of Martha Stewart washi tape, and I just did my journaling. On this side, I stuck another piece of washi tape and some stickers on this side. And then when I opened it, I wanted to see something, so I just cut up a piece of washi that's these little boxes, and I stuck all the boxes down. And inside, I just put a journaling card. There's 2 things in here. There's a journaling card talking about the evening after I got back from my grandmother's. And then there's the card that I included in the gifts that I sent with my sister in Toronto, because I had some extra copies of it, so I decided to save one. And that's it. That is Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in my December daily. So that took me not even halfway through the 3rd signature. So what I'm kind of thinking is I'll probably use the second half of the 3rd signature to finish December. You know, it's only 6 more days, 26th through the 31st. I think that's 6 days. And then I think I may remove the final signature. I don't know. I think it's not doing me any favors to have that many pages in here. And I think that's the only thing. I don't think it'll fix my fat book problem, but I think it'll help a little bit. So this last signature, I'm going to see how it goes when I fill out the rest of the days to see how far it takes me, but I think there's a good chance the signature is coming out. So I'm going to keep plugging away at mine. I hope you keep plugging away at yours, and I'll be back when I've got some more pages done. Thanks for watching.